Hey guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome to part 2 of my flower bed makeover. So if you haven't watched my last video, all it was basically cleaning out all the weeds to get it ready for me to put down some weed barrier, which is what we are doing in today's video. So the weed barrier I'm using in this video, I actually ordered off Amazon. It's called Weed Barrier Landscape Fabric. The size I got was 2.6 feet by 300 feet and it is plenty enough to do my whole flower bed. I actually had some left over. I will link the exact one I got in the description. And then I used these 6-inch landscape staples, also from Amazon. I'll link them below as well. They came in a box of 120 and I used the entire box. I probably could have used a few more if I'm honest, but it got the job done. So what I did was I just unrolled the weed barrier the length of my flower bed and then cut that piece and unfolded it all and then moved it onto the flower bed. And I started from the back with the first piece and made sure it was all the way up against my rock wall and the bushes. I proceeded to hammer in the staples with this red mallet I stole from my husband's garage on one end to keep it in place, and then went to the other end and worked my way down the first piece, hammering in the staples at least 2 to 3 feet apart or where I thought could use one. So same thing here, just repeating the process. I did overlay them about, I don't know, 6 inches or less. Moving on to the next section here, I measured out my piece, stapled the edge into place, and then cut off the excess. And I was able to actually use that excess piece to start my next section. Since the flower bed curves here, it was the perfect fit for that piece, so it worked out great. Cutting my next piece, I was hoping it would be big enough to where it would fill the remaining space, but not quite. On the edges here, I just decided to lift the stones and shove the weed barrier underneath instead of wasting staples. And a lot of the staples I was able to just shove in with my hands, so that was kind of nice and made things go a lot quicker. So obviously here I just had to add a little sliver since that one piece wasn't quite big enough to fill the entire space. So we're just adding that piece in real quick and then we'll move down to the other end. Okay, now we just have this end to tackle and we are done laying weed barrier. And no, I didn't worry about laying any around my bushes. I didn't really feel like that was necessary. Okay, weedberry is all completely laid and stapled in place. Here's a little view of what she's looking like now. I think it looks really good, and it didn't take too terribly long to do either. So next I'm going to show you guys some of the plants and flowers I've gotten so far. These are Orange Rocket Japanese Barberry, and I got 3 of them. Next we have Meadow Sage Caradonna, not sure how you say that. I only got 2 of them, but I will be getting a few more. Moving on, we have these guys, and they are called Silver Carpet. They are super soft feeling. Probably going to get more of them as well. Then we also got these Summon Substance Hostas. I will also be needing a few more of them. And last but not least, I got 3 of these. These are Sand Cherry Shrubs. They're going to get a lot bigger than this and fill out hopefully. Now, there will be others. These are just what I got today and wanted to start off with to get my placement of things figured out before I get any others, and to get an idea of the spacing and whatnot before I get any more. Alright, so here I'm just starting to place them where I think will work so I can get a good visual of what we are working with. So these first 3, I kind of already had an idea of where I wanted to place these, so that was easy for me. The rest I wasn't real sure about, but I did ask ChatGPT to kind of design me something, so I was kind of had that in my head when I was doing this. So that actually really helped out a lot because it gave me an idea of what I liked. So yeah, I kind of had an idea of like what I was doing here, but I just had to figure it out and see it in person and see if that's actually what I liked and if it looked good in my space. So this is the placement I decided I like the best. So obviously, like I mentioned before, I will be getting a few more of these to finish out the front here, but I think I'm going to do something else on the ends. I'm not sure what yet, still have to figure that out. Okay, and now just a quick watering before we call it a day. But that's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 3. Bye for now.